And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Minecraft. All right, so last episode we hooked up the system here, and we got it up and running to a point of, kind of where we were at before we moved over here. And yeah, we're doing pretty good. Processor-wise, not so hot. We got some. It's enough to get us started, but this is going to quickly run dry, so we're going to want to get some things set up right away. But I kind of teased that we're going to start auto crafting this time around, and so we shall. So the first things first, we want to get a CPU up and running, and we're going to use this old unused 4K drive to get this process at least started. So if we want to start, we're going to need a crafting unit. So a lot of processors go into this, calculation, logic, and so 2 calculations and a logic go into this. So we're going to get a crafting unit, and then we're going to marry that up with a 4K drive. And that's going to give us a 4K crafting storage. That's essentially a CPU. For all intents and purposes, that's his crafting CPU. Now, also be aware that you can't, like with the drives, you can't pop the 4K, you can't pop this storage unit out of this thing. So I'm going to grab this, and I'm going to go up and put it right here. The device is online, and it's ready to go. So now we can actually get some crafting going. Because, how best to explain this? So this is a 4K crafting storage unit, right? So the CPU, having this thing right here, can craft a recipe that at most requires 4,000 bytes. Now, different recipes, depending on their complexity, take up more or less space. So yeah, that is a very limiting factor. And it can only do one thing at a time because it's just one CPU. The way to expand on that is to create these coprocessor units. So let's craft a coprocessor unit. I'm gonna one more of these. Oh, see, wrong terminal. I always do that when I start this. So there's that, and I want a crafting coprocessor, which requires an engineering circuit. Now, the thing to know about these CPUs is they have to be rectangular in size. So you can't create like an L shape. They have to be rectangular. So, if I were to expand on this further, I could either go up or I have to put 2 out. You can't have like an L shape or, an R shape. It has to be a rectangle or it doesn't have to be a cube or a square, but it has to be a rectangular, even number of blocks on either side. So this coprocessor added to this allows it to craft more than one thing at a time. In fact, it allows you to craft an extra thing at a time. So we'll look at different recipes here, and we'll look at this whole system, and we've got 64 molecular assemblers. And let's see here. The first thing people typically automate are patterns. And we got a lot of pattern blocks in here, so, it's a thing. But it's this right here, blank pattern. So I want at least one of these. And there's a recipe. Quartz glass, iron ingot, glowstone, and charged Certus quartz give us a blank pattern. We're going to get one of these. Put this in this box here. Shift-click this. Click this, shift-click the plus, and there's the blank pattern. Well, we're going to encode this pattern onto this. Well, too many patterns. So now this pattern includes the pattern to make other patterns. Does that make sense? Anybody? The first thing is put it right in there. So now when we go to patterns, look at that. We have craft. So click this, and let's see if we can make 10 more. We have the components to make 10 more. let's start that. If we look at this, you can see it's actually producing more patterns. Now, for a more complex pattern, we're going to take those and put them there because we're slowly building this system up. We need quartz glass as a pattern because this isn't in the system yet. And if we make more patterns, this is one of the things that it needs to know how to craft. And it's an assembler craft, so we just go down the line like this. And this is how I designed these systems, is I put a ton of assemblers together, then I go down the line and I add patterns as I go. That way, no one assembler has a lot of recipes that are related, because typically when I set up these auto crafting systems, you set them up in batches of something that you use a lot of. So if I were to put this here, this one interface with this assembler, it would have to craft all of these, and then it could craft those. It couldn't craft both at the same time because it's on one line. Putting them down here allows this assembler to craft this, and at the same time, this assembler is crafting this. So let's see if I can actually fire a job big enough to do this. So it's going to have to craft 36 quartz glass. So if we start this and look at this right away, you can see it's crafting this and this at the same time. And that way, it's just way more efficient. So now we've got another stack of patterns. Now let's think about machines, because this is really where this gets fun, because we have lots and lots of machines. So if I go over here, I wanna set this up. So we got the main trunk line coming down. How's my battery doing? Battery is doing okay, not the best, but it's just okay. We're gonna want to come down here, and I'm not gonna put anything in the middle, but something can go on this side. So we're gonna go here. That's the middle here. Is that far enough back from the wall? I think it is. Okay, so we're going to want a lot of machines and stuff down here to help us get this crafting stuff up and running. How much space do I want here? So we have like ore processing, smelting, all sorts of goodies that have to be done down here. So if this is going to be, let's say this is ore processing. I want ore smelting right there. Primary smelting stack right there. And then we're going to have, let's see. I want a stack of pulverizers right here. And we're going to do something there. I just want to space this stuff out, so we have enough room for all of the goodies that need to be done. Plenty of room for machines and all sorts of goodies. So there's a whole line of well-spaced blocks that indicate places that we can put machines. Because when I build crafting systems, I don't do like one machine that does everything. I go big. So this is going to be a massive system. The other thing that we're going to want is a crafting process for the processors that this thing is going to use, because as we build up the crafts, we're going to need more and more and more processors. So if we look at right now how many processors we have, we got a good amount, but that's not the best. So it's going to use gold, which we actually have a lot of pulverized gold ready. It's going to use diamonds, which we have a few diamonds, and we have a lot of ore that I've been saving up, almost 1,000 ore. That is really good. We've actually, all this ore that we've pulled out has actually come from the digging process in here. So that's where a lot of that stuff came from. And the other one is the Certus quartz. We have a ton of that. So if we look at how to process this, one of the things that you can use is the enrichment chamber. This is how we're going to enrich everything. this is how we're going to process all of our ores, or the vast majority of it, because we have recipes set up. So like gold, if we have pulverized gold, the enrichment chamber is going to give us 4. And that is going to be good. And same with diamond. If we look at our diamond ore, yeah, we could process it with like petroleum dust or a smelter, but enricher, yeah, 5 diamonds a piece. That is glorious. That is glorious. Pulverizer only gives us 2. Enrichment chamber gives us 5. We're going to want a lot of ore processing. And that's when I say this is going to be ore processing, that's what I mean. Enrichment chambers galore. So we're going to want a Fluix cable coming out this direction. And this system, you can actually, if you can build this system with channels, because this are, you know, these are 8 aside here. So this is a total of 64. Well, that's 2 channels that whole system takes up right there. So yeah, you can set this system up with channels if you want, but you just have to enable them in the configs, which by default the pack has them disabled for ease of, you know, learning the mods. So that line going out there is going to be for all those machines, for interacting with all those machines and inputting and outputting all sorts of goodies from our system. So let's go check this battery. Battery's pretty good. Power gen is going to get a shot in the arm soon-ish. We're gonna need to expand on that. And one thing with the new version of the pack 1.5, a lot of the augments changed. So if you are already auto crafting, a lot of the recipes in here changed. A lot of them changed. So just FYI, just be aware that a lot of those things changed. Okay. Now going forward, we're gonna want, like I said, a system for crafting. We're gonna set up a system for crafting the processors, so we can tear all of this down. Oh, egg. You got an egg. Okay. This whole system.
I tried to put more nests in there.
Yeah, nests only.
I know.
Nests only hold 4, which is really weird. Like, I thought it was going to store, like, the description of it looked like it stored way more.
Yeah, kind of dumb. But put 7 more in there.
All right. So, tearing this system down. Grab the redstone. Grab the printed silicone. This is good to go. Okay, this can go. And then we want to grab all this. So I'm going to use the... Oh, I didn't mean to put... Oh, darn it. That can go. That can go. I really didn't mean to put the bricks in there, but oh well. Okay, so we need the presses out of here. Oh, I'm getting... Okay, so this and this can come with me. All right. Now, we don't need this and this. Definitely don't need that there. So yeah, as we get this system up and running, okay, that... Whoa! A little overzealous there. Let's put this stuff back. There we go. Yeah, we don't really need this flux duct. A lot of these machines can come with us. I'm not sure just how much to do just yet. I kind of move stuff as I need it. So yeah, we're gonna try to move it as I need it, but I'm not always gonna succeed. And looking at our tree situation, we have a lot of saplings in here. There is a way to kind of fix this, and I plan on covering that in a future episode. But for now, we're just gonna. There's plenty of wood in there, and we need this system actually up and running so we can recharge that battery. Because when that battery runs out, our AE system is going to come down. So that's a problem. That's a big problem. So if we come over here, we're going to want, instead of using these inscribers, which, let's face it, are slow and boring, we're going to use the advanced inscribers. And I think it's not extra cells. It is AE2 stuff gives us the advanced inscriber, which is 2 engineering circuits, 2 hoppers. So we might as well, let's see, how is our iron doing? 38. We have 38 iron. That's not good. 38 iron, not the best amount of iron in the world. So I'm going to grab 4 stacks of pulverized iron, and we're going to go smelt this down. I should have brought... See, we don't really have power gen in the new base yet, so there's really... If I were to move these machines over, they would pretty much deplete that battery in no time flat. It would just not take them very much time at all to do. So we need to get some stuff set up in order to make this happen. Okay, but we need some advanced inscribers. So let's get at least the crafting recipes ready to go. So the hopper requires a chest. So let's get that going. We want to allow substitutions on wood for this chest recipe. So this or dictionary substitutions, that will allow any wood planks to be used in here. So if we look at wood, you can see we've got some birch, we've got some spruce, oak, we even have some acacia in here. So yeah, a lot of different types of wood can be used. We want to make sure to enable substitutions on that. So this is a chest. So that's done now. And with the system, what's really cool about this is even when there's not anything in there, so you can see there's nothing in there, we can still use the item. That's a new thing, a new thing with this version. All it needs is a recipe in there, and it will be able to create recipes with items. So it's really cool. So there's the hopper that's done. Not sure if I wanted to use substitutions on that, but we'll roll with it. There's not really any substitution for iron and chests, but of course now we need pistons in there. So let's get that ready to go. And we can't, if we look at piston, okay, we do have some in there, so we should be able to do this, get that inscriber going. So there's the piston, there's the inscriber, and now I should be able to run with this. There's the advanced inscriber. There's the advanced inscriber. So I can put, I doubt I can make many of these just because of the iron that I have. Do you want a flower? If you're near the smelter, can you grab the iron that's in there that's been output so far and throw it into the ender pouch?
The
smelted iron bars. The what?
In the old base?
Yeah. I don't know where you were, so.
Yeah, I'm in the old base.
Yeah. I put some iron into the redstone furnace, and
okay,
there should be some output.
Yep. Coming.
So there's the inscribers. Can we build like 10 of these? No, we can't, because we need sticky pistons. So that is a thing. So we
4
need
stacks of iron.
sticky pistons.
So far.
allow substitutions because we're using slime balls. And there's a lot of different types of slime now with all these. So we're going to allow substitutions using any slime ball. And that's going to be a sticky piston. There we go. And we're also going to be, let's see, use. We should have a recipe. There it is. For 4 slime balls. There. And we're going to want this one. Not sure what I want, if I want to do magma slimes at all. And pink slime is like a different thing. It's not actually a slime ball. So we can't use it to make sticky pistons, unfortunately. But we will have...
you could have a pink sticky piston.
Yeah. Yeah. We will have an alternative to slime balls, and that is tar. So if we look at sticky piston, and we look at the recipe, one of the things you can use is tar. And we'll soon have many thousands of tar eventually for reasons. Okay, so how much iron do we have? All right, we got a little bit of iron. Let's do this advanced. Can we get 10 of these? This is a pretty complex craft. You can see it uses 522 bytes. So that 4K drive that we use is really good for these initial crafts that we do. So we're going to start crafting up the advanced subscribers, and we're going to really go ham with this. And we're going to need to replicate. So I want an actual inscriber. There we go. And we're going to plop this as a temporary measure right there. And I need some iron. Yeah, see, we're going to use a lot of iron in this process. Let's see, one more. Because you can replicate these presses. Once you find one of each, that's all you need, because you can replicate them. So, like, if I want another silicon press, what you do is you put the press in and then a block of iron. And that will press it into another duplicate press. There you go. There's another silicon press. So I want another logic press. Dun, 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 dun. And this is how you expand your AE system as much as possible. Yoink. And last one there. So now I've got 2 of each of these, which is great. Because I'm going to need them. Because I need to set up a system over here to actually get this working. So I'm going to need some more iron. So I'm going to process over at the old base a bunch of iron ore. And I'm going to smelt it. And we're going to get ready. And how's my gold? Well, we got a lot of gold, pulverized gold. So I'm going to smelt up a little bit more of that. Because we're going to need some serious processors in order to do this. So in between episodes, I'm just going to get and process a lot of this material so we can go on and then craft a bunch of stuff and automate the presses, because we're going to need a lot of material. So first things first, let's put the gold in to get processed there. We're going to get some pulverized iron in here, and yeah, that will process. So we'll come back next episode and continue the automation process. So that'll do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.